Yeah, good question. I think there are a lot of opportunities out there because big data is not only something for the industry, it can be used everywhere. For one example, in a learning system or even in every social system, you get a lot of data between users individually or between users and any kind of digital artifact. And you can, so that the goal should be to exploit this data for any kind of assistance for the learners or the users. And I think we are just now at the beginning what we can do with this data. I think there are a lot of opportunities out there and chances.
Can you name one in particular?
Yeah, especially in our research focus, it could be how you could assist the learner. So if they have problems, if they're stuck now, if they don't know how they could fulfill a learning task, we could help them in suggesting them any kind of resources that they should read now or read next to fill their learning gaps or the holes in their knowledge. I think this could be one.
So you make suggestions to the learner?
Yeah, recommendations, for example, for learning resources. So for example, if the learner says, I have problems in this task or with this stuff, you could say, oh, maybe you read this or read that, or even suggest other kind of peers. So maybe other kind of students or learners. So for example, you could collaborate with this one because he works on a similar task. So for me, I think any kind of recommendations could help here. But I think this is an open research question. I think we're just at the beginning. Yeah, I mean the problem, the project is now in the first year, so we are just now in the process of seeing which kind of data is out there on the web or in the learning systems. But I think the first thing we can be proud of is that we have now a good list of systems where social data or learning data is available and which kind of data is available here. And now that the next big thing we're working on is the so-called feature engineering. So we go through this data and see which features are in there and how they can support learning analytics, and especially how they can be extracted. So I think this is now the next big challenge to make this data now available, for example, for visualization or for algorithms, like the recommendation algorithms I've mentioned before. So I think this is something we can be proud of. So we are more or less the first to have gathered such a list of data sources for learning analytics. Yeah, I think the main change then is that there's not that need of formal learnings anymore. So that the classical classroom learning. So I think we will learn more than at home or at the workplace or anywhere we can imagine. And I think we will gain more freedom in learning. So we're not stuck to courses in the classical university sense, but I think it's not only everyday learning, but also maybe everywhere learning. So we can learn everywhere from mobile devices. I think this could be the most important change, or the most valuable change. Could be also that everyone can learn what he's interested in with this type of learning. Good question. Of course, this depends on the people who use the system. Of course, if you want to learn something, then I think it can assist you. But if you don't want to learn something, then I think we cannot help in these cases. But what you mean with smarter? Yes. I think overall it could be possible, because since these systems are then now freely available by everyone who has web connection or internet connection, I think we can make the world smarter, because sometimes only some people are allowed or can go to university and learn such things. But now with these systems, everybody can. So I think in the end it should help the world to get smarter, maybe. Yeah, I think from a technical point of view, the main contribution is that we will have this so-called AFEL data portal or data platform, they call it, where we have a whole list of data sets and data sources, and on the other hand also services that exploits these data sources. So I think it's then the main outcome, I mean now I speak from a technical point, is then this platform, this infrastructure that, for example, tool developers can use to enhance their learning tools. So I think this is one of the main outcomes, and the other outcomes is the thing I mentioned before, that everybody can use these tools. And for example, this KNOS platform, and use the services and everything what's in there, and this all for free. I think this is great.